Hello and welcome to Excel 3 Bowling. Uh, to get this file, please go into Schoology and download the file off of Schoology and save it into your Z Drive or your Google Drive, wherever you save your files. It should have the same name, Excel 3 Bowling. So, once you get that, let's go ahead and get started with putting in everything in the cells. So first off, we want to enter in 4 formulas in cell H1 through K1. For H1, we want to enter the function sum of C5 to G5. So right there, just like that, press enter, and you should get 848. Next, in cell I5, we want to enter the function equals average of cells C5 to G5. Press enter. And then for max score, we want the function max, just like so, of those numbers. Oops, I forgot my parentheses. And then we want those. And then we want this one to be min, the function min of those numbers. Enter. And you should have gotten those. Now let's go to cell A1 and enter Colorado Inc. Oh, I pressed a button. Bowling challenge. Just like so. And then in A2 we want summer 20XX. You can put 2019 since it is 2019. I'm just gonna leave it as 20XX. Now in A13, so right under Alyssa, we need to put in average, like so. A14 we want low. A15 we want high. And now let's move on to the next step. So the next step we want to do is go to cell C13 and enter in the function equals average of C5 all the way down to C12. Press enter, and you should have gotten that. Now in cell C14, we want the min function, like so, of these numbers. Press enter, and there's that. Now for the last function in cell C15, we want the max function. From there to there, press enter, and that is it. Now please take this moment to save your file, because you never know what could happen. So, and then we'll get on with the next step. Now for the next step, we want to highlight cells H5 all the way to K5, like so. And this green handle right here is called the fill handle. So grab that and drag it all the way down to K12. Another thing you can do, if we Control Z, is you can double click that. Yet it will fill in other things, so you can just delete those. Just a quicker way to get that in instead of dragging. But we should have all of that. Next, we need to highlight cells C13 through C15 and use this handle and drag it all the way down to L15, like so. You should have those numbers. Next, highlight cell C4, just like so, all the way down to L15, this whole chunk, and press centering, like so. Alrighty, please use this moment to save your workbook, and then we'll go on to the next step. Alrighty, for the next step, we want to highlight cells C5 to L15, like so. And then click this button, which is the number launcher on the home tab. And you should have this open up, this format cells box. Select the number tab, which luckily we're already on, and then click number, like so. And set the decimal places to 0, so that we get rid of all the decimal places, and then click OK. And now there's no more decimal places in any of the numbers. Next, we want to highlight cell A5 to L15, like so. And then select italics, which is right there. Next, highlight cell A4 to L4, like so. Select format. Sorry about that. Have those highlighted. Select format, column width, and enter column width as 9.71. Then click OK. And now all the column widths are going to be the same, and now they're all changed, as you can see. Next, we want to highlight cells A13 to cell L15. Select format, row height, and enter 21. Okay, and now as you can see, these are bigger. Now please save your workbook, and then let's move on to the next step. Alrighty, for the next step, we want to highlight cells A13 all the way to L15, like so. Select the alignment launcher right here, and change the vertical centering to center. So here in alignment, we want vertical centering right there to center, and then click OK, just like so. Next, we want to highlight cell A1 all the way to L1, and then we want to merge it right here. So it's the merge icon, and then we want that bold with italics and 18-point font. Next, highlight cells A2 to L2, like so. Select the merge icon again, have bold and italics, and this also needs to be 18-point font. So you should have something like this right now. Next up, highlight cells A13 to B13. Select the merge, and then right align it, which is right there. So it's right aligned. And now we want to repeat this step for these two cells. Merge, right align, and these two cells. Merge, right align. Like so. Next, we want to highlight cells L4 all the way down to L15, and select the dollar icon right here in the number section. And then you might get these, so what you need to do is decrease the decimal. So we can go here and should decrease that to just no decimals, just like so. Next, highlight cells C13 right here to L13. Yep. And then select the paint bucket, which is right there. And then move your mouse all the way down until you see white background 1 darker 35%, which is this one. So it's the second to bottom on the white section. Click that. And now it's filled to that color. And now repeat this step, but for C14 all the way to L14. And the color is going to stay in the white section, but this time it will be darker 25%, not 35, which is the middle one. And then the high one, same thing. Highlight those cells, go here, and this one will be at 35%, just like the first one, like so. Next, we want to add a thick border between A4 all the way here to L12, right above the average numbers. So to add a border, we come here, and we want thick outside borders, and that'll add a thick border around each cell in the section that we highlighted. So you can see the border right there, the border right there. Can't really see the border right there, but you can see it. Next we want to highlight cells A13 through A15, like so. And we want to use the paint bucket and fill it all with just black. And now, as you can see, we can't see any of these, so we have to come up here to the font color and change the font to white. And now we can see them once again. Now, next up, we want to go to the insert, and then you can click picture, online pictures, and insert a bowling graphic to the top left and the top right of the spreadsheet. I'm going to do that off of the recording, and I'll be back. So you should have something like this. You might have chosen a different picture of bowling, which is fine. Doesn't need to be the same one. Now at this point, please save your worksheet, your workbook, and then we'll go on to the next step. So for the next step, we want to go and highlight cells A5 to B12, just that section. Hold down the control key and highlight cells I5 to I12, like so. Click on the Insert tab, like so, and then select Column Chart, which is that one. And choose a 3D clustered column chart, and then like so. Next, with the chart clicked on so that we have the Chart Tools tab open, go to Select Data right there, and then click the Edit button right there, and change the series name to Bowling Averages. Click OK, and then click OK, and now it is changed to Bowling Averages. Next, click this green plus or check mark or green plus sign or like a cross, and then we want to make sure that Access Titles is checked and the data table box is checked so that we have that. Now, next up, now we want to change the access titles to what they're supposed to be. So the chart title is already Bowling Averages, we have that. Our vertical axis title, highlight that, needs to read average. And our horizontal axis title needs to read employee, like so. Next, we want to drag the Bowling Averages chart here to cell A17. And then we're going to click this button right here and just stretch it out to about there so that it's in line with column L. And now we can see everything better. It's not so squished together, so it looks a lot better. Click on the bars, like so, and select the Format tab. The Format tab is right here. Now, Now we want to click Format Selection right here, and then select Cylinder. Well, it doesn't seem like we clicked all that. Then we do that. There it goes. Now it's working for us. Now we want to click on Cylinder. Click the paint bucket right there, or it has fill in line if you hover over it. We want to fill the cylinders, and we want to choose a gradient fill color and have that color match your graphic. So for me, I'll use red, as a bowling ball is red. So we click here for gradient fill, and then we can change it to what we want. So we can change the colors from this dark red, have that in there, with some lighter red, some more lighter red, and then more dark red. So, and then it could look something like that if you wanted to copy what I did, but make sure that your cylinder colors match kind of your graphics. So, and next up, we want to give the chart a border. So you can actually come right here, click border. We can close that out. We don't need that. And then give it a border. You can give it a big border, a small border, whatever you want. And then we're almost done. Now that we have the chart all edited and looking much better than it did at the beginning, be sure to save once again, and let's continue. So here at the bottom left, we want to change the sheet name. So you can right click it and then click rename. It's kind of like with Google Sheets. These are pretty similar to each other, as you've probably been able to tell from using both of them. Change the name down here at the bottom to bowling. Click on the insert tab once we're done with that. Click header and footer, which is right there, right above the text. Go to footer, so click that, and then we want to put in some key things. So right here, put in your name. So we'll put your name. In the middle, we want Excel 3 bowling. And right here, you can just put the date, when today for me is 10/3/2019, and then that is it for right now. So please save your workbook, and then we'll go on to the final step. Now let's go ahead and go back into the main view. So look in there, and then click normal view so it doesn't look so choppy. Next, we want to go to the file tab. Or no, sorry about that. Next, we want to go to the file tab and go to print, and then we get a preview of our thing. Under settings, we want to just change how this looks. Now we want to change this view from portrait to landscape, so then we should get pretty much the whole thing in, but we're still missing some things. Next, we want to go to custom margins. So like right here at the normal margins, do custom, and then we want the top and bottom margins to be 0.5, like so, and the left and right margins to be 0.25, like so, and press OK. And now your assignment should be all on one page like so. If it's not, maybe your column widths are probably off, or maybe your margins are off, but it should be all on one page. And that is it. So be sure to export it, like right there, as a PDF, submit it to Schoology, and you are done. Have a great day.